Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're having a good morning. Okay, it's been a week. Since then, Luna has lost two of her balls. One, I don't know where it went. She had it, and she was on one end of the yard, and all of a sudden she's gone. I mean, it was gone. The other one, she pumped over to our neighbor's house. He usually throws it back over after a while, but she did that last night. And then also last night, she had a ball that she was using, kind of uses it a little bit like a binky, kind of keeps it close by and chews on it. Anyway, so she had that, and this morning wasn't one. Don't know what happened. I have no clue. But had to pull one out of our supply. So she has one now, and we'll have to find the other one if she wants me to play with her. But between then and now, let's have a cup of coffee and get our morning started. Luna and I went on a nice walk. We enjoyed ourselves. She got to chase away a cat, and we got to enjoy, as you can tell, kind of foggy but pleasant temperatures. So overall, pretty good day today. So we kind of got ourselves started. But I need to have a cup of coffee. All right. I'm going to have my sip before she throws another ball down for me to throw. Mm. Hope you guys up and get your day started. I know Luna and I enjoy our walks together. She gets very excited about them, and they are good for me. So we do two of them now. That's the big news this week. She's becoming brave enough now where she can do them at night. So we're doing them in the morning and in the evening, which is good because I don't get to take her on a walk in the mornings because I have to rush out of the house a little bit, get away from the traffic. So that's a problem with working traffic. You have to work your life around traffic. But anyway, so I don't get a walk with her in the mornings, but in the evening, we can now take a walk together. And so we should be able to do an evening walk every single day. And do morning walks on every day is not a work day. So hopefully that'll work out. All right. Yeah, she's up down there. Anyways, I hope you're having a good day. We're going to talk a little bit about loss today. This is where I'm going to reminisce about when I was a teenager. So, the 1980s, I was consumed by a little bit of dread about us as a race, as a people, humans in general. Just a little bit, because I had two sides of it. There was a lot of positive sci-fi back in those days. The sci-fi was such that it was like Star Trek. Star Trek was, having us as a galaxy-faring society, and we were going out and studying other lives and helping people, and you know, establishing things, and it was a boon to have everybody working together and life together. And then there were quite a few books that were written that were in the future, and where we were using tools that have been designed and optimized to help us take advantage of the worlds around us, solar systems around us, and stuff like that. So all those things made me feel good. However, there were a lot of things that news organizations and scientists and researchers were saying about the end of times. Um, and there were movies being created about their uh, scientific prognostications. Now, I want to caveat this is that not everybody was saying these things, but that's why we're talking about loss. Things that make you feel good, or things that look like they may be good in the future, sometimes don't dominate your brain as much as the fact that you may lose something in the future. I'll give you an example. If I said, here's $100 and you can have it, or 12 months from now, I will flip a coin, an even-sided coin, so 50-50 chance, or something that does 50-50. So you can have the $100 now, or 12 months from now, we'll put $200 down and we'll flip a coin, and you can have $200 or nothing. So which of those makes sense? Let's think about this. I could go from 100 to 0 or 100 to 200. So it's pretty much even, isn't it? Now, people are able to do that loss-wise, figure out, okay, 50-50, that means it's 100 either way. It's just I may get 200 at the end. So it really is gambling. Now, if that person said to you, 100 now, or in 12 months, we'll flip a coin and you get 50 or 200. Now it's a little bit more complicated. This is when the loss math kind of messes with you. So you're like, uh, so in 12 months, I might have $50 or 200. Yeah, but it could be, it's had 50% chance that it's going to be half. Hmm. Or 200. But your lost brain won't let go of the 50. Yeah, but 50, 50, 50, 50. And I have to wait. We don't like to wait either. So you got 50 and you got wait. Do I really want both of those? That's really tough. So, what do I want to do? Let's look at it mathematically. Let's look at the way we should look at it. The way you should look at it is what's the average? And the average would be, let's see, that's 50, 75. So the average would be $125. That's your average. So you could get a 25% return on your money on average. So it's a really good deal. And psychologists and sociologists that test it almost find nobody wants the deal. Everybody would rather just have the money. It is a two uh, two problems with it. One is long term. The other one is we fixate on the loss. We fixate on where the problem of losing might be. We're in that mode right now. We're into a cycle where we have a recession coming up. Everybody can see it coming. Everybody knows the loss is coming. So they're really fixated on whether or not, they're seeing their stocks go down. There's a lot of panic in what goes on because loss is so important. All right, so let's go back to when I was in the 80s. Well, one of the things was the population bomb. It was a book that came out that basically said, mm, yeah, we're about to lose millions, billions of people are going to starve to death. And there's going to be uh, riots in the streets and people are going to die. And this wasn't for a long time out. This was like before 1995, we were going to have billions of people starving to death. So the guy that wrote it, Paul Ehrlich, he presented it, and because it's a loss, it's a catastrophic loss of society and lives and everything around you. It became very popular. I remember seeing that book at the bookstore. Never read it, saw it. It also helped Hollywood create some really stark movies. There's still those movies going on. One of them was Soylent Green, where humans were being made into food. It's the only food source left. I think Soylent Green was spaced a couple of years ago, so it's already happened. The movie was stark and scary, but even when I watched the movie, it was so in contrast to what I read from the other sci-fi books that it never hit me very much. Even with it had some great performers in it. Burt, I think Burt Lancaster and I can't remember that guy, but he was played a lot of gangsters. He was really good at it too. Um, but anyways, so Paul wrote this book, and he's actually written a lot of stuff that was very loss oriented. And he 60 Minutes, uh, they had him on. Didn't even bring up how bad his predictions have been, and said, "What is going on?" And he's like, "Well, we're running out of materials. We need 8 Earths in order to survive." I'm like, "What? 8 Earths in order to survive? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We have plenty of material for the population we have right now. We could actually get a lot more people. We'd be fine." Some people look at uh, how much we're digging up, and it's like, well, if we keep digging at this rate, when are we going to run out? No, no, we're digging because we're expanding infrastructure. We get to a certain point, we're going to repurpose stuff we pulled out. The U.S. is one of the world's largest recycler of steel, for instance. We recycle a lot of steel. We don't need to pull the iron ore out every time. We reuse it, we repurpose it. Takes energy, melt it down, get it going, but we repurpose it. So my point is, she's like, she lost her ball underneath there. Oh, she got it. Good. My point is, we fixate on loss. And because we fixate on loss, opportunities pass us by. And it's not we're dumb. It's our brain is a little tuned to it a little bit. Numbers tend to hit us a little harder. There was a researcher that he had that. I can't remember his book that I read. It was not Paul. It was somebody else. He was a sociologist. He did a little trick on Halloween. So he had kids come up for Halloween, and this is the last part. I know I've gone on a little bit. Kids would come up for Halloween, and they'd have like 3 chocolate kisses, and he would give them the 3 chocolate kisses, and they'd say thank you, and now so they had the 3 chocolate kisses, right? It wasn't like it was on the tray, and they had to pick something. They already had chocolate kisses, and he says, "Hold on a second. Your 3 chocolate kisses? I'll trade you your 3 chocolate kisses for this candy bar." And he would bring out a candy bar that's at least twice the size. It was actually a little bit more than double ounces wise, but it was visibly big. And he said, "For those 3 chocolate kisses, I'll give you 1 candy bar." And the kids turned him down almost universally. They didn't want a 3-for-1 trade. To them, that was a loss. I have 3, I'll only have 1. Now, when he lowered it down where they had 2, he was still giving them 3 kisses, but he says, "For 2 of your kisses, I will give you uh, this candy bar. For 2, it was a 50-50 shot. Half of them would go for it, half of them would not. And like I said, this is a lot more chocolate. So when you're out there, you're going to feel this loss, and you're going to feel it because we're going into a phase where there's going to be a lot of loss because of the recession and stock prices and lots of other things, job losses. People are going to have problems out there. There's going to be loss. But when that happens, try not to dwell on the losses and miss the opportunities, because the opportunities will be there, and your interior brain will tell you, don't do it. Hold on. Be careful. There's a lot of population bombs out there, things that say how horrible life would be right now. And in truth, we've got more people out of poverty, a lot more people having good medical care, people living longer, healthier lives. The world is a better place than the population bomb ever predicted. So keep that in mind as you go through your day. Is that loss making me ignore the good things? Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about something else. Have a good one. Bye for now.